Chapter 34. Sinful Dragon's Fierce Might. When Gu Hai looked at the sky with cold eyes, the chessboard on the chess table had already changed. The original game was completely disrupted and once again turned into a handicap game. Only, at the moment, the black discs and white discs were switched. Gu Hai was still holding the black disc. Bear Yin. Steeply, 100 feet heavenly sword emerged from the dark clouds, and when the heavenly sword pointed, a ferocious aura rushed straight to it, as if it wanted to tear Gu Hai in half in an instant. 30 breaths are coming. The heavenly blade is urging the ancient helmsman. If Gu Hai doesn't make a move, the heavenly blade is going to chop it down. According to Servant Master Meng's previous move, make a move. Quickly fall. The crowd below shouted worriedly, Yun Gong, quickly play chess, quickly. Xiao Ru roared anxiously. Above the chess platform, a killing intent rushed straight to his heart, and a trace of ice coldness appeared on Gu Hai's face. Probing his hand, he picked up a black seed. Snap! Gu Hai dropped a single stone. Buzz! The killing intent of the heavenly blade was gone, and Gu Hai slowly looked above the chessboard. This isn't where Rudder Master Meng had previously landed his piece. What's Gu Helm Master doing? Did he make a mistake? Many people revealed looks of worry. Meng Tai, who was protected by the people of the Hall of One Piece in the center, narrowed his eyes slightly. The position where Gu Hai landed is the 9-5. The position of 9-5. Snap! A white seed instantly fell, and the duel with the Heavenly Sword Life and Death Bureau was officially opened. Gu Hai slowly sat down, still not hesitating to drop a black disc again. Why did the helmsman change his fall? Why didn't you follow the order in which Meng Tai dropped his discs? Chen Chonchen anxiously said. On the side, Gao Xianzi shook his head and said, why continue an order that is destined to fail? But, although Meng Tai lost, Meng Tai had previously achieved amazing achievements. Perhaps. Chen Chonchen frowned. There is no perhaps. Defeat is defeat. The helmsman doesn't even bother to review the order. Gao Xianzi shook his head. Then replay it. This is a stalemate left behind by the old man of chess watching. Can the helmsman win? Chen Chonchen said with a look of disbelief. I think that it can. Chen Chonchen looked as if he was looking at a madman towards Gao Xianzi. Outside the Carefree Valley, thousands of demonic beasts were stationed in all directions. Rolling dark clouds covered the entire Carefree Valley, trapping Carefree Valley into a Jedi. No one could escape. On top of one of the mountain peaks, a man in red was however looking at the game of chess in the water vapor mirror with slightly narrowed eyes. Ninth Prince, no instructions have come from the elders, a black-robed man said respectfully to the man in red. The Ninth Prince smiled coldly and said, those old guys of theirs, they're finally willing to let me make a move, HMPH. If that was the case earlier, I wouldn't have lost so many of my Game Heaven Pavilion's treasures. The black-robed man's original respect was suddenly changed. Ninth Duke, please respect yourself. The Pavilion Master's explanation is an order. In the hearts of everyone in my Yichon Pavilion, it is the same. Even if the Pavilion Master perishes, the Ninth Duke is not allowed to take liberties with the Pavilion Master. The group of old guys don't care about me. You want to care about me too. The Ninth Duke's eyes glared. The man in black solemnly said, you also know that I broke through the 9-palace chess formation. You dare to speak to me like that? The Ninth Duke said in a cold voice. HMPH. The Ninth Duke let out a cold snort. Turning his head, the Ninth Duke once again looked into the picture. In the middle of the screen, the Grand Formation was running with white discs, and Gu Hai was landing black discs. With a pot of black pieces, Gu Hai was trying to dismantle the huge formation. On top of the chess platform, Gu Hai's mind was slowly attracted to the chessboard. The chess viewing elder really lives up to his name. Gu Hai sighed as he landed his pieces. There was no tension in his eyes, but an excitement, a joy. 30 years ago, he hadn't met an opponent. Now this heavenly blade life and death game was letting Gu Hai find the old feeling of playing a game that he had been away from for a long time. As for the battle with Song King Shu before, that is simply a cat and mouse, no fun. Snap, snap, snap. Gu Hai landed his 20th black seed, but neither the black and white side could do anything about it. As expected, Servant Gu is inferior to Servant Meng. When Servant Meng played his 18th piece, he won a piece against Elder Chess Viewer. But Servant Gu has played his 20th piece, and he still hasn't won a piece yet. Servant Gu should play like Servant Meng. Alas, the ancient rudder master is going to be finished. Next, we'll be miserable and start being forced to kill again. I don't want to die yet. As Gu Hai dropped more and more discs, the emotions of the cultivators below were once again tense and alarmed, and many of them once again had a look of despair on their faces. Gu Hai continued to fall, and finally, when it came to the 26th sun, Pa! The white disc is surrounded. The white disc is surrounded. Someone steeply shrieked. This cry of alarm caused the eyes of the cultivators, who were still showing despair just a moment ago, to suddenly light up. Bear Jin. A heavenly blade descended from the sky and charged straight towards Gu Hai. Gu Hai ignored it, but the true chi in his body was pulled in an instant. Ang. The true dragon innate skill condensed true chi that was in the form of a dragon. A 10-foot sized purple dragon-shaped true chi rushed into the sky and rushed towards the heavenly blade with its mouth open. Boom! The 100-foot heavenly blade was instantly swallowed by the 1-foot small dragon. The little dragon instantly rose to 2 zhong, and the blade chi emerged from its body as if it was suffering from some indigestion. After all, Gu Hai's true chi was inferior to Meng Tai's, but, after all, it was swallowed. The 2 zhong little dragon opened its mouth and roared. Ang! The roar was directed at the sky, at the dark clouds that filled the sky. This chess, the 9 dukes in the outside world steeped their eyes. Meng Tai inside the valley also had a pale face. Chain chess. This game. Snap, snap. The white disc fell. The black disc fell again, and all of a sudden, another white disc was surrounded. Another disc. This. It doesn't even stop. Bear Jin. Ong. The true dragon heaven's swallowing blade continued. Pa, pa, again. Eating suns continuously. It's been 3 times in a row already, and the ancient rudder master has landed a piece to eat a piece. Earlier, Helmsman Meng had landed several times before taking a piece. How can he do it continuously like Master Gu? The fall of discs continued, and this time, white discs and black discs each lost something. The white and black discs fell and continued. The true dragon above Gu Hai's head was already huge, to the size of 100 zhong, and had swallowed so many heavenly swords that the shape of the true dragon had changed. The scales on the true dragon's body transformed into a heavenly blade type of scales that stood up, one after another. This was no longer an ordinary true dragon, but a monstrous sinister dragon with heavenly daggers growing all over it. The hideous Sin Dragon hovered above Gu Hai's head, gulping down rolling baleful chi. A ferocious sinister aura rushed straight into everyone's heart, shaking everyone with a palpitation. Meng Tai's true dragon only swelled to 60 zhong, but Gu Hai's Sin Dragon swelled to 100 zhong, a huge mutated blade Sin Dragon that roared into the sky. The game continued, and the Sin Dragon was still expanding. A hope for life lingered in everyone's heart. Each cultivator clenched their fists and watched exuberantly as Gu Hai landed his pieces. Ong. Bigger. The sinister dragon is even bigger. What a terrifying aura. Great. Bigger. 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 Everyone muttered exuberantly. Xiaoru's exuberant snake body was taut, and the entire snake stood up and prayed for Gu Hai. Chen Chonchen and Gao Xianzi were also extremely excited in their eyes. As more and more pieces were won, the blade's sinister dragon had swelled to the size of 200 feet. Ang. Boom. The sinister dragon roared, and a heavenly ferocious aura seemed to rush straight through the water vapor mirrors outside the valley into the hearts of everyone in the outside world. Woo! Outside the valley, thousands of demonic beasts suddenly prostrate on the ground, as if by the impact of the evil dragons might no longer have the will to fight again in general. One by one, terrified, manic, prostrate on the ground at the same time. Some of the demonic beasts are even more terrified to flee. Ninth Duke, it's bad. What should we do now? A black-robed man shouted in terror at the Ninth Prince. Ninth Prince, that person seems to be unlocking the heavenly sword life and death game. What should we do? Is it really possible to let them go? Ninth Duke, it's about to be unraveled. That person is about to unravel it. Release them. The Ninth Duke's face was cloudy for a while. A hint of viciousness appeared on his face. Unraveling. HMPH. That's just an excuse for me to torment them. Since I can't play anymore, they'll die together. Heavenly Sword Extinction Formation. Inside the valley. What? It's not good. Look at the sky. So many new heavenly blades forming. What to do? The ancient helmsman is going to win. And they went back on their word, bastards. You guys went back on your word. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Everyone in the valley looked at the sky in horror as everyone's hair stood up in sweat and a threat of death rushed straight to their hearts. Chen Chonchen revealed a look of panic, and Xiaoru looked at the sky in horror. Gao Xianzi and Meng Tai, however, were staring at Gu Hai's game of chess, both of them clenching their fists. Boom! A heavenly blade suddenly appeared and came straight at Gu Hai. This time, it wasn't for the sinful dragon to eat, but to chop Gu Hai in general. Bad chance, the blade was ferocious, as if it was tearing through the void, carrying a monstrous murderous aura as it rushed straight at Gu Hai, and it was about to chop into Gu Hai. Ang! The sinister dragon let out a roar and crashed over. Boom! With a loud bang, that heavenly blade was suddenly smashed apart and dissipated into thin air. The face of the 9 dukes in the outside world changed. It was blocked so easily. A black-robed man said in surprise, "That sinister dragon has already swallowed 200 heavenly swords, and now it has reached the size of 300 zhong. It has grown." The 9th duke's face was grim. HMPH. So what if you can block 1 heavenly saber? I have 10, 100, 1,000. I'll see how you can block it. As he let out a cold shout, above Gu Hai's head, dark clouds suddenly churned once again. Barely chanting, Bear Jin, Bear Yin, steeply. 100 blade bodies slowly emerged from the dark clouds, and an aura of great extinction instantly enveloped the entire valley. Many cultivators had steep scalps. The threat of death was going to freeze the blood in their entire body, and countless people revealed a look of horror. This 100 blades heavenly Dao was pointing at none other than Gu Hai. The Sin Dragon blocked this aura. Gu Hai felt better, but was still startled in general. The chess pieces in his hand slightly stopped, looking up to the high sky. The Sin Dragon facing the sky, hideously roaring. Against the 100 heavenly blades that were about to arrive, Gu Hai's eyes narrowed, revealing a cold smile. "Only now do you want to exterminate me? Isn't it a bit too late?" As he spoke, a black stone in his hand suddenly landed at the heavenly yuan position on the board. Snap! The piece fell as if it had injected endless power into the Sinful dragon. Ong! The Sinful dragon let out a heaven-shaking roar, and the sinful chi round its body surged up, and barbarically heading towards the entire Heavenly Dagger Life and Death Bureau Grand Formation. Ang!